YouTube, what is good? It's your boy GaminWitTyreezy back again with a Valor Legends Eternity video. And yeah, today we're going to do something a little different. I wanted to further discuss the sought out legendaries and their tier list. Um, I know before I made a tier list earlier, but I wanted to do a more in-depth video, kind of just discussing champions and yeah, just the sought out tanks, sought out priests you want to do, sought out archers, assassins, and then the mages. But first, let's start out with the sought out legend or not legendaries, but sought out tanks or frontline, or as I guess you could just call them warriors. Um, this goes without saying. I would say S tier, tier one is gonna be Lion, the Forest King, Lionel. Um, Yeah, just based off of his skills, he's just like one of the overall best tanks as far as a bruiser type. The reason why I say he's a bruiser is because he's able to do damage and also soak up a ton of damage. And what I mean by soak up damage, I mean obviously he's going to survive long and he's able to sustain a lot of damage due to his skills. So just off of Rip, Giant Axe of Justice, Lionel waves his Giant Axe in circles for 3 seconds, dealing 90% attack damage and restoring HP 15% of attack for each circle. Yeah, he uses that move. That's his ultimate. It's amazing. Every time he pops it, it's an AoE move. First of all, AoE meaning area of effect, meaning it can hit more than one target. So yeah, it's not much else to say about that. Like he's gonna spin, he's gonna do damage, 90% depending on what rank he is. Rank 3, 143% damage of attack and restores 40% of health is ridiculous. Yeah, so I would say if you're looking for a bruiser tank, meaning a tank that can do damage and sustain damage, Lino is your guy. Um, Yeah, you see him on pretty much everyone's team. If they're not rocking Lionel, I will discuss the next tank that people are rocking. And if you can't get either or, you should definitely get the third tank I'm going to be discussing. But yeah, let's further go through his skills. Rage of the Lion King. He taunts enemies around him for 4 seconds. Amazing. So it's going to help if your Lionel is in a weird position. He's able to taunt people off of your, let's say, your back line or your archers, your mage, your mages, your archers, or even your healers. So yeah, the taunt always comes in handy. Fortitude, basic attack damage, health, basic stuff. And then unyielding. When Lionel takes fatal damage, immediately restore his health HP by 20% of his max HP, and is invincible for 3 seconds. Triggers only once. So yeah, this is again amazing. If it's hard enough for them to kill him, he gets a fortitude buff that's going to give him even more HP. So you got your priest, depending on what priest you use, Margaret, Flora, who else is there? Olivia, and then you have Severe. Depending on which priest you have, it's going to be ridiculous. We're going to discuss healers in this video as well, so I don't want to make it too long, but yeah, if you're trying to have a bruiser tank, I would put this bruiser tank with someone like a Margaret or a maybe like an Olivia because there are great healing and also support tank or healers. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. But yeah, we'll discuss that in a little bit. We're just gonna talk about the tanks that you want on your team, and if you can't get them, your secondary and third options. Okay, so Lionel, obviously your first option. This also depends on how you want to run your team. If you're more of like a support tank team or if you're more like a bruiser tank team, it all depends on what you're running. The second one is without a doubt Eric, and this is more of your tank support. The reason why I say that is because his skills he's not really here to do sort of say damage for your team. He's more of like a support tank. He is going to be the guy that soaks up a ton of damage and he's going to sustain. Um, Reading his skills, Eric attaches a shield equal to 10% of his max HP for 5 seconds to 5 allies for 6 seconds, excuse me. So just right there off back, like that tells you that he's going to be a support tank. He's shielding your entire team for 10% of his max HP, which is very, very good. Depending on what priest you equip him with, you can make your team disgustingly sustainable. Like you're pretty much never going to be taking damage. But yeah, it all depends on what team you run. Holy Knight Sanctuary. Eric heals the allies with the lowest HP percentage. Uh, oh man, I'm sorry. Lowest percentage of HP by 15% of Eric's health. So yeah, that's again, he's a healer, dude. He's your healer support. What I see a lot of people doing is bringing him in with an Olivia or Margaret. They're just constantly healing their team, constantly shielding, and you can do some crazy setups. It all depends on what you want to do. Again, like I said, I'm going to just discuss all of the tier 1 tanks and tier 1 priests in this video. I'm going to try to not make it super long because I know you guys have ADD and don't even be watching the full video anyways. We're at 6 minutes, so we're probably just going to discuss this last tank and then we're going to discuss the priest. Okay, so yeah, the third tier 1 tank, you guys probably know this already because I talk about him so much and how annoying he is to play against in chapters. You have Cardelin, that's what I call him. I'm probably butchering his name. This guy is an absolute beast. He is definitely a tier 1. And I would say you guys will probably have him on your team more than Lionel or Eric because you just get a lot of duplicates of him. But again, if you're going from order from greatest to worst, I would rank Lionel 1, Eric 2, and this guy 3. But they're all tier 1. They're all S tier or SS tier or S plus tier, whatever you want to rate it. It all depends on what you're trying to do with your team. Like I said, Eric is more of the support tank. Lionel is more of like a bruiser tank, and this guy is sort of like Lionel as well. He's more of like a bruiser tank. He's not going to provide you with a ton of CC, but he does provide you with support. Let's just read through his skills, and I'll further discuss why I would say he's more of like a support tank versus a bruiser tank. Cardelin quickly swipes weapons for 3 seconds, dealing 130% of attack damage each time to the targets within a fan-shaped range. It's attaching a shield to himself to reduce the damage of 30% of his max HP for 4 seconds. You guys probably don't think that's amazing, but if he gets more and more ridiculous as you level him up. As you can see here at the level 3, along with the things I just read, he also attaches a additional shield to an ally with the lowest HP. So yeah, think about if you're running an assassin comp, maybe 2 assassins, Cardelin and a healer, and then like a ranger or mage. You're going to be providing so much sustain, not only for him, but for the lowest HP unit on your team. So you're not only getting 1 shield, you're getting 2 shields. One on this guy that's going to be able to soak up more damage, and it's constantly annoying because he's constantly shielding himself, and depending on the gear and the rank of him, he can do this more than once. I know for you guys that are higher in the chapters, I think it was like chapter 23, chapter 24, or something like that. You constantly played against him, and you guys can vouch for me. When you're playing in those chapters, he used his shield 3, 4, even sometimes 5 times in one match, bro. It is so disgustingly annoying. So yeah, I would definitely say this guy is an S tier, S plus tier, whatever you want to call it. He's tier 1 in my book. I see him on tons of teams. If they're not running Lionel or Eric, this guy is definitely in there. There is no way you can look past them. There is no 4th, 5th, 6th better tank. It's just not possible. He's just too good. Roar of the Undead, he taunts 2 random enemy targets in the back line, increasing his own defense by 20%. That is disgusting. Um, yeah, depending on what composition you're running, you really want to utilize this Roar of the Undead. It's amazing. Like I said, and when you get level 3, that is disgusting. 80%. You're almost at 100% increased defense for 8 seconds, bro. 8 seconds is a very long time, especially when you're getting CC'd. When that silence comes, I know if you guys watching my videos, I talk about the silences all the time. It's disgusting. It's way too long. They need to change it. But since they're not doing any changes from my knowledge, abuse this guy. Abuse him. Composition, I would give you guys just for a heads up. Run him and Eric with Olivia or Margaret, and then you could have double assassin or an assassin archer, assassin mage, and your team will literally never die. Never die. Okay, let's go to the next. You have Savage crit rating by 5%, arm penetration 15, and then max 8 or HP by 10%. It's disgusting. You get it up even higher. He has a 15% crit and 45% armor penetration. That is ridiculous. Why am I not using this guy? I'm about to get rid of Lionel. Like, holy crap. This guy is disgusting. And then dominating when Cardella reaches 0, immediately restores 15%. So yeah, he has the same effect as Lionel as well. The thing is, he's not going to pump out as much damage as Lionel. Due to Lionel having an AoE special, which is the Blade Storm, if you guys play World of Warcraft. The spinning axe that also heals you. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's the I would say these are guaranteed S tier, top tier, tier 1, whatever you want to call it, tanks. So if you're not able to get your hands on Lionel or Eric, Cardellin is definitely equal to them, if not better, honestly, depending on what kind of composition you're running. Like I said, a very disgusting and cheap composition would be Cardellin, Eric, and then like a Margaret or like an Olivia or even a Severe if you want to do that too. Like that's disgusting. But yeah, in the next video I'll be discussing the priests because I don't want to make these videos super long. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to your boy, and I'm out. Peace.